Get away! Show me the Nile water! What do I see?
Nile water has turned into blood.
The view of Pharaoh water of the Nile turns into blood, and he went crazy out of this intense ire that God put down on him and his people. Every glass that poured water into blood, and God rest on the slaves of Israelites. They were not infected by this anger, and they were drinking from the water that remained and did not turn into blood. Pharaoh and his men gathered, and the men of his state concluded that the solution was in the hands of Moses, and the men went to Moses. Moses, Moses! The man said, "Come back," increased, cried, and sobbed, and begged Moses to get them out of this torment. And to Moses rejected, but they kept begging him to satisfy them and praying that God would remove them from the agony. Moses and Aaron went to Pharaoh and filled it to ask them to fulfill the promise.
Enough with the flaws, wizard. I have been overwhelmed. I believe that we truly believe in the verses that were happening from your Lord.
Moses and Harun came out of the palace, and Moses was very angry at this time, and he was more distressed than the men of Pharaoh who used to come to him, relying on him to pray to God to remove the anger. And Moses called upon his Lord after the Pharaoh's family let him down for the fifth time. Pharaoh ordered his soldiers to get Asya stuck between the pegs and not to leave her until she died, because she had disbelieved him and believed in Moses' God.
Allah, build me a house in paradise and save me from unjust people.
Then Asya surrendered the soul and astray the people of Pharaoh for the sake of God after Moses.
وضرب الله مثلا للذين آمنوا امرأة فرعون إذ قالت رب ابن لي عندك بيتا في الجنة ونجني من فرعون وعمله ونجني من القوم الظالمين.
Saying, "Our Lord obliterated their money and stressed their hearts, not believing until they saw the painful agony, and after Pharaoh disparaged his people as rich and Moses as poor, impoverished his people." This is another sign of Allah for the people of Pharaoh, but they did not realize it. And they remained obedient to Pharaoh, and Pharaoh revolted. And he and his soldiers were more oppressive over the slaves, and their hearts hardened, and the Israelites could no longer bear them.
وقال موسى ربنا إنك آتيت فرعون وملأه زينة وأموالا في الحياة الدنيا ربنا ليضلوا عن سبيلك ربنا اطمس على أموالهم واشدد على قلوبهم فلا يؤمنوا حتى يروا العذاب الأليم قال قد أجيبت دعوتكما فاستقيما ولا تتبعان سبيل الذين لا يعلمون.
Moses, how will you get us out of Egypt and only few of us believed in you? I am worried about you from the slaves. They are crafty. Moses told them that God ordered him to come out with slaves and that he would obey God. He believed that God had set the exact date for the exit of the slaves and told them that Pharaoh had weakened after his kingdom had become impoverished. And this is the perfect time for going out from Egypt while the Pharaoh is busy with his inner matters.
Let us hurry up, Moses, before the soldiers of the Pharaoh find out about our plan.
The slaves' line was coming out of Egypt, and Moses was in front of them, pointing at the way God told him. Pharaoh, his soldiers, and his people knew that the slaves were out for a day. But Moses' order was revealed to Pharaoh.
They will return to Egypt, humiliated without their prophet Moses.
How?
We will follow them with the army.
We do not have a lot of soldiers.
Send in the demand of soldiers from all over Egypt. We send a request for soldiers from all over Egypt. Come on, send for the soldiers from all over Egypt. The slaves have lied to us and we are mad at them.
وأوحينا إلى موسى أن أسر بعبادي إنكم متبعون فأرسل فرعون في المدائن حاشرين إن هؤلاء لشرذمة قليلون وإنهم لنا لغائظون وإنا لجميع حاذرون.
Pharaoh drew the line and studied it with the heads of his army and ruled it with his skill so that no place for error.
Why did I not do this a long time ago? Why didn't I kill Moses since he was born? I knew he was the child she said the prophecy about. Why did I let him grow up and strengthen in my mansion?
Pharaoh and his soldiers were rushing behind Moses and the slaves, and the joy of the soldiers of Pharaoh that they walk behind Moses and who they think is their God, and that they are victorious, and that Moses and the slaves are losers.
They are coming. Pharaoh is coming with his army, and they will kill us in a bad way.
Moses! Moses! We lost! The sea is in front of us, and the enemy is behind us.
And Moses said, No, my Lord is with me. He will guide me and inspire me. Allah revealed to Moses to strike the sea with the stick.
فلما تراءى الجمعان قال أصحاب موسى إنا لمدركون قال كلا إن معي ربي سيهدين فأوحينا إلى موسى أن اضرب بعصاك البحر فانفلق فكان كل فرق كالطود العظيم.
Moses crossed the sea with the Israelites. When Pharaoh and his soldiers followed them through the sea, they sank and all of them died.
Hurry up! What are you waiting for? Now, I believe that there is only one God, in which the Bani Israelites believe in, and there is no one above him.
And Gabriel replied, Now you've disobeyed before, and you have spoiled. Pharaoh and his soldiers drowned, and God did not accept his repentance. God does not accept the repentance of whose soul has reached his neck.
وجاوزنا ببني إسرائيل البحر فأتبعهم فرعون وجنوده بغيا وعدوا حتى إذا أدركه الغرق قال آمنت أنه لا إله إلا الذي آمنت به بنو إسرائيل وأنا من المسلمين الآن وقد عصيت قبل وكنت من المفسدين فاليوم ننجيك ببدنك لتكون لمن خلفك آية وإن كثيرا من الناس عن آياتنا لغافلون